Hi, my name's Justin, and for the last few years I've made it my mission to discover everything there is to know about the delicious and rich recipes that have been cooked up in Gibraltarian kitchens for generations. But I can't do this on my own. So to help me, I have recruited the skilled hands and impeccable tastes of those amazing women who have done their best to keep our bellies full and happy. This is Mama Lotties, Mamas in the Kitchen. Buenos dias everyone, and welcome back to Mama Lotties Kitchen. As you can see, we're in a whole new kitchen this year, and it's a kitchen in iTech Design Studios in Main Street. And I'm very excited this year because I'm not going to be cooking by myself. I'm going to be joined by a whole series of different mamas throughout the show, which are going to help me cook up some really Gibraltarian inspired dishes, things that they cook at home and things that we just want to learn so that we can make it for our family and for ourselves. And to begin with, I've got my mum, which is also known as Mama Lorraine. So today, what are we going to cook, Mum?
Well, today we're going to cook seafood, which is my favorite. And we're going to have paella.
Great.
We're going to have also langostinos, langoustines done in the plancha. And then for dessert, we're going to have a yummy, yummy cheesecake.
Fantastic. Well, I'm looking forward to it. So I think we should get started, no?
Yes.
Well, first up is Lorraine's lovely seafood paella. This family favourite is perfect for those Gibraltarian summers. Remember to use fresh seafood to really get that flavour going. So where do we start?
Okay, we need to make the base of the sauce first. So we start with the olive oil, and then we're going to add the saffron. And then we're going to start with the base, which is made with onions, garlic, peppers, and tomato.
So basically what we're doing is a refrito then?
That's right.
Okay, so let's start with the oil.
We put it in a medium heat. We just put a little bit of oil,
Yeah.
and we need to add the saffron, and straight away we need to add the onions and garlic.
Okay, so I'll chop the onions and the garlic once you do that. So how much saffron are you adding there?
Just a pinch. The saffron we added now because it's going to add the flavour and the colour.
And we let that sort of fry and sit there for a little bit.
Just for a little bit. We very quickly add the...
Oh, you say very quickly, I'm still chopping.
as quickly as you can. If you add that for me.
Just pour that in.
Right.
So now that I've added the onions and I'm going to add the garlic, how long will all this take?
You've got to remember that first we've got to add the fish bit by bit, and obviously what's the first thing we put in is the squid, and that takes a bit longer. So we cook it for 10 minutes once the base of the sauce is ready, and then we add the almejas.
Yeah, the clams.
The clams, as in Janito, no? Almejas. Then we have to add the rice. We leave the
So we add the rice raw.
Yeah, and the prawns is left for last.
Okay.
Because otherwise it goes very hard.
See, because that's one of the things, if you overcook prawns and caramale, they get very tough.
Yes. And as you know, Justin, this is one of my favorite dishes. We used to eat a lot of paella.
Yeah.
Mainly on Fridays. It was the tradition then, and it's still a tradition, to have fish on Fridays, as you know, at Mama Lotties.
I know that Mama goes to the market every Friday, and there are lots of grannies that still go every Friday or every Tuesday. The plaza in town delivers fresh fish every Tuesday, every Friday, no?
That's right. So the next thing is the peppers.
Am I de-seeding them?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is what makes the base of the sauce of the paella.
The peppers, tomatoes, onions seems to be the base of a lot of Mediterranean dishes.
Yes, yes, it is.
We're using the long frying peppers right now.
Yes, they're just perfect for the refrito, to be honest. They're just the right size. Taste is not very strong either.
See, because I also get the long red ones, which are very sweet, which are really nice on the barbecue.
Yes, but for the refrito you have to use the green ones, always.
Okay, there's one. I'll cut the other one.
Okay, so you add that just to get it going. This smells lovely.
Oh, no, I'm curious, because obviously I've grown up, you was my inspiration, Mama is my inspiration, and I learned from you guys. But
Yes.
how did you learn to cook?
My grandmother used to live with us, and she did a lot of the cooking when I was little.
Yeah.
And my mom, which is Mama Lotties, and I've always been very interested in food. I was always in the kitchen looking at both of them cook. And And that's how I learned. And asking lots of questions.
Well, like I tend to do, no?
Like you tend to do.
Top tip for peeling tomatoes. Pierce them and keep them in warm water for 5 minutes and watch that skin come right off. And remember to keep an eye on your refrito. You don't want your garlic to burn, so keep stirring from time to time. Now, how many tomatoes are we adding?
Normally 6 to 8, but I think this
And this
size-
paella is going to feed what, about 6 people,
About
no?
6 people, yeah.
Which is a typical sort of family size.
Yes.
Pal patio, pal vecino, pa todo mundo.
Para todo mundo. Left over for the Tupperware, no, as they say.
Eso. Now we've added all the tomatoes and all the refrito is ready. We're going to chop up these caramales and add these in there. And this needs to cook for how long?
We're going to cook it for at least 10 minutes before we add the clams.
Okay. And one of the things which you used to make for me, which I used to love, was is la lenteja.
Yes.
So what is your favorite dish
It's
that
still
you
one of
used
my
to cook?
favorites, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say seafood for me is like, I could eat seafood every day,
You
or
love
fish.
You love the
I
crab,
love it.
no?
I love the crab, fish in the oven, the clams with the garlic and the wine. I just love everything. Just going to bring the heat up a bit to 6.
Wait, this is all chopped up. Is that ready now to add
Yes,
this
but
in?
we're going to put this up a little bit.
Okay.
Add it. We just stir it in.
So how do we know after 10 minutes or so that that's ready?
Well,
With
it
that
will
weird-
change color.
Okay.
So tomato, you'll see it straight away.
Does it go darker, lighter?
It goes darker,
Okay. And the texture?
and the texture as well changes as well.
Now, while your squid is cooking away, it's a good time to peel your prawns. Remember to leave a few holes so that you can decorate your dish later. And you used to have fish every Friday growing up, entonces?
Yes,
So
I
nothing's
loved it.
changed.
No, I remember when I was little, my uncle, my mum's brother, he used to love fish. He used to go underwater. So my uncle used to bring fish every week for my grandmother, and especially crabs, the spider crabs. Oh my gosh.
Well, now those are illegal to...
Now it's
to
illegal,
get.
but then it wasn't. And he used to fill the bath of spider crabs. We used to love it. So I've always been surrounded by fish and seafood, you know?
And you can still get the coquinas,
Yes.
which he used to eat raw. Eso me acuerdo. My uncle used to eat the coquinas raw in the beach.
Incredible.
I used to take them home, cook them with some butter or whatever. No,
For him, he wouldn't even get home.
Yeah.
He would just eat them there. He still does, if someone catches it. So we're still cooking the squid, and we need to keep cooking it maybe at a medium, maybe 5.
So
I
I'll
think.
put it up a bit then.
Put it up a little bit.
Yeah, because it wants to be bubbling and
Yes,
stewing.
exactly.
Okay.
But you don't want it
But you don't want it too hot to burn.
too hot to burn. I think we're going to leave about 5 whole,
Yeah.
so that we can put it in the end, because they cook very quickly, and we just decorate them. The clams
Okay.
are next.
The clams we put in the water because we want them to release all the sand that they
Yes.
get. And a little truquito that she taught me was to hit them up against each other
Yes.
to check whether they're good or bad. If they sound hollow,
Yeah.
then they're not good basically. So we can put them
Throw them-
straight in there.
Yeah.
Because I remember walking into the kitchen and seeing her standing there.
And you'll wonder what she was doing.
Yeah, that one sounds
That
weird,
sounds,
no?
yeah, that sounds a bit weird,
That
right?
sounds a bit dodgy, so we'll put it on the
But
side.
let's not risk it.
Yeah, because the
One-
worst thing is, if these open and they're bad, it can spoil the whole dish.
It does.
Okay, did you used to cook with your mum, or did you just watch?
I mainly watched when she would allow me to.
I know, you weren't always allowed to.
No, she took over the kitchen always. Too many women in the kitchen, she used to say. My grandmother used to be there, my mum used to be there.
That's because the kitchen
Well,
tends to be the place where everyone goes, no?
yes.
You had a sala, you go to... No, but everyone goes to the kitchen.
And Mama Lottie's kitchen, unfortunately, wasn't the biggest either, so
No, it still is not.
it's still not.
So we'll just stir this in, no?
Just stir it in
Okay.
and cover it, because that will help the clams open.
Well, that's done for now, so we'll leave this there to stew for a while
Yep.
and let the caramales and the clams cook
Open
properly.
as well. Yep.
Okay.
So now we need to add the bay leaf.
Okay, that's been bubbling there for a while, almost 10 minutes, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
So we need 1 bay leaf.
And I can see that they've changed colours.
Yes. It's changed colours, the clams have
This one almost
opened,
white.
and it smells delicious. Now we're going to add the rice. And you must be thinking, what about the prawns? No, the prawns we leave it for last, remember?
Okay.
So
And how much rice do we add?
now the rice is 1 handful per person,
Okay.
and 1 extra for the pot, always.
Right.
Okay? So,
That's why my hand's a bit bigger than yours.
okay, well, more or less. And now we stir it.
So we're going to cover all the rice.
Yes, we're going to also add some water now.
How much water do we tend to add?
Well, this unfortunately is a bit of, as we say in Gibraltar, tuntun.
Okay, a tanteo.
A tanteo. We have to add, move it, and you have to keep on adding. The rice will start soaking,
Okay.
you know, the water, so we need to carry on adding more water to it.
Now that we've added our rice, it would be the perfect time to begin with our starter. This is a beautifully simple dish, some delicious king prawns fresh from the market, marinated with olive oil, garlic, chili and parsley. So the first thing I'm gonna do is chop up these garlics. I'm gonna just use about 2 garlic cloves anyway. Whilst I'm chopping all this up, can you put these on the parrilla so that they start sizzling away, start smoking
let's put
and
the prawns
cooking on the outside?
parrilla.
That's going to start to cook the shell first. That's going to
Yes.
heat up. It's going to look like it's burning, but it's not. No,
Yes.
because the shell will start to cook first. And will start releasing all the water, which is why it's in a steam. The prawns in the parrilla, they don't take very long, do they?
Just a couple of minutes
See.
on each side.
Well, what I've done is I've chopped the garlic very thinly, put in a bowl. I'm going to do the same with the parsley and the chilies that you have there that you
Yes.
can slice very thinly. We're going to mix it all together in a bowl with the olive oil and sort of dress this whilst it's cooking
Yes.
so that the chili, the garlic and everything cooks at the same time as the prawns and mixes in with the flavour.
And we mustn't forget,
Yeah,
Justin, we need to stir this occasionally.
yeah, because
it
the rice will
doesn't-
burn, no?
Yeah, you don't want the rice to sit at the bottom and burn. We also add water if it needs it.
As always, no, if we're cooking several things, you have to be attentive to all the dishes because the last thing you want is to be focused on one
Correct.
and them all burning. I learnt the hard way. I used to make things and burn everything. I know, this is what I was talking about. It's already starting to change
Yes, colour.
and looks like the shell is burning, but really it's just cooking the meat
Just
inside.
cooking, yeah.
Yeah. So what I've made here, Mum,
Yes.
is a nice little dressing, which we're going to add in there. So the chili, the parsley, and the garlic will all release
Yes.
the flavour into the oil, and will
right.
flavour the prawns as it cooks. So we'll just sort of pour that
I'm
on
just going to
top.
drizzle it on top
Yeah.
of each prawn. That's going to be just a few minutes,
Okay.
and then they're ready.
And
And
that's
I'm going to give it another stir,
okay.
right? Let's not forget the paella.
The smell of both of those together.
Oh my
Man,
goodness.
I am so hungry right now.
Oh, smells lovely.
And they've already opened up, no? The clams.
The clams are open. You can turn it around again.
Yeah. And we don't have to dress the other side because
Flavor will be all in the
Yeah.
hot plate anyway. So,
exactly everything's gonna be on there.
gosh, that smells so nice.
Yeah. Well, no, these prawns look almost ready.
Yes,
How's the paella doing? Is the rice
I think the paella is
almost done?
now ready
Can we
for
know
the prawns. So we're going to add the prawns,
the peeled ones?
peeled ones, mix it in.
Yeah.
We're going to add a little bit of water, just a tiny bit,
Okay.
to finish off the rice. And you'll see straight away.
Will they
the
change
The
colour?
prawns will start changing colour because you see, when they're not made, they're that colour,
The grey,
like a
no?
grey colour. And as soon as they cook,
See, the
they
grey
go-
almost
they
translucent.
go orange like that.
Okay.
We're going to leave that there to cook,
Yeah.
and then we're going to put the whole ones at the top, like that. That we're going to cover it
Okay.
so it cooks quicker.
Yeah. Our paella is nearly ready and our delicious prawns are done, so it's time to take them off the heat.
So that's
Clean
our
this up
starter
afterwards.
ready, and our main course is
5 minutes
almost
to
ready.
Well, we prepared a delicious meal, and with every lovely meal, we need a dessert.
That's right.
And there's something that we prepared earlier, so I think we should go check it out and see what we did.
Come on, let's.
If you're in the mood for something sweet, Lorraine is going to show us how to make our special cream cheese and jelly cheesecake. I've never tried cooking this before, so I'm really excited to see how this turns out.
We have to start by crumbling the digestive biscuits, and we're going to put...
We did a bit already.
Yes.
To give it a bit of a head start.
Let's just finish it off.
Okay.
And whilst I do that, if you can melt some butter for me.
How much butter? Because usually we've got the whole stick.
Yes, it's about a third, I would say, of the butter.
A third, okay. So a bit less than what's here, no?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
And I'm going to let that melt.
And I will use this hammer, looks like a hammer, to mash the crumble of the biscuits. So what I normally do is I put the biscuits in a plastic bag, and then I put it in between, and then it's easier to just mash it. But this is almost done anyway. As soon as you melt that.
So you want to melt the butter but not burn it?
We don't want to burn it, no, so don't put it too high.
So where did you learn how to do this special dessert?
This special recipe came from this lady who isn't with us anymore, unfortunately, but she used to love making desserts and cooking, and especially desserts. One day she said she'd made this beautiful cheesecake and it had something different in it, and I thought, what is it? And she taught me how to make it. That's why I wanted to do this today, to show you how to make this special cheesecake. Because some people bake it, but this is not baked. Is that ready?
Done. This is done.
All right, so we're going to add the melted butter in the biscuit. And we're going to stir it. We need to mix all the biscuit with the...
So we're going to completely coat all the crumbs?
Yes.
Okay, do you want me to do anything in the meantime whilst you're doing that?
I need you to grab the tin that we're using. So I need you to just grease the tin for me with a little bit of butter.
So the butter that's left over in here?
That's left over in the pan.
And just the bottom or the sides?
And the sides as well, might as well.
Okay. So it's like when we do a cake?
Yes, exactly.
Well, I've buttered this.
Okay,
and that's
so
what we're mixing. That's
this
all
is
mixed
all
up.
now coated, as you can see.
Yeah.
And now we're going to pour it in the tin, like so.
So that's going to be the base?
That's going to be the base of the dessert, vale? So give it a good shake, and then just press it down just to even it, and also so that the biscuit becomes like one solid piece.
So we're making a big biscuit out of all the biscuits that were there?
More or less, yes.
From the digestives?
Yes.
Okay.
In a way. And now we're going to start with the nicer part.
Okay. This is the fun bit, no?
So first of all, we're going to put some jelly, and this is my secret ingredient.
Okay.
Okay. So we can get a knife from there, please. Shall I do the honors?
Yes.
Okay. And we're going to cut the jelly into little pieces, like you normally do. We're going to melt the jelly, because the jelly is going to be added into the mix that we're now going to prepare for the cheesecake. And what the jelly does, it does two things. It adds color and flavor.
Okay.
So it will make it very pinkish, which is really nice. And it will help it set as well, because jelly is gelatin. We pour the boiling water, like you do normally.
Yeah.
Only this time we don't overdo it with water. So
just enough to cover?
Just enough to cover. Just grab a spoon, second, just to stir it. Okay. You don't want to leave the spoon inside, because what happens is it will cool it down, because this is metal. But we just leave it there for a few seconds. And now here, whilst this is melting, we're going to prepare what is the base of the cheesecake. Yeah. So we're putting the cream cheese into the bowl.
Vale. Now, I assume we have to whisk that.
We do, and I'm hoping to use a bit of your manpower here.
Yeah.
Either that, or I have to use the electric whisk.
No, I like to do things a bit old school. This is probably where I make the big batisse and the big mess.
Yes, like you always do.
It's fine.
As you do that,
yeah,
just gonna finish melting this. So give it your
See, when if I go too
best
fast,
go there,
if I go too fast, I'm gonna go
without
everywhere.
making a mess. Yes, please. Okay, so you whisk it until it's basically until it gets, you know, all together and it goes sort of stiff in
Like
a
this?
way, like that. Yeah.
It's not too much.
And
No?
we've used, which I haven't said, we've used 1 tub of cream,
Yeah.
double cream, and 2 tubs of the cheese.
Cream cheese.
Now we need to make sure the jelly cools down. So a quicker way to do that is we'll get a bowl. So we cool this down, as they say in Bagno Maria. It's important for the jelly to be cool so that the cream doesn't curdle.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this has cooled down now.
Yeah. What do we do next?
So now we add this to the mix.
Okay.
We're going to add it slowly. So
And
yeah.
I what? Mix it all together?
And you mix it whilst I pour.
Oh.
Gently.
Here it's going all pink.
It is going pink. Obviously, it's not going to be as thick as before,
No.
but it doesn't matter, it will set because it's got the jelly
Okay.
that will help it set.
So this won't be the usual texture that you have of a cheesecake.
No, we're almost done. Just a
You
bit
can add
more.
it in.
Okay, so that's finished.
So we end up with a very, very sweet cheesy soup. That's it. I think everything is
It's all mixed.
mixed up. Yeah.
All right, so now pour it very, very gently so we don't disrupt the biscuit. All the way
See, otherwise we're gonna get biscuit bits.
coming up.
Everywhere,
so
yeah.
we try to avoid that obviously as much as possible. And now we need to put this in the fridge and let it set. Preferably if you can overnight, or at least not 12 hours, okay?
Oh no, 12 hours later, I feel like we haven't left the kitchen.
So that's set beautifully. And now what we need to do is we need to separate the edges.
So we run a knife through it first. Well, not
Yeah.
through it, but around the edges first.
Yes, just to be on the safe side, so we don't want it to stick.
How are we
Okay.
going to decorate the cake?
We're going to decorate it with some strawberry jam
Right.
and then with some fresh strawberries on the top. We remove the clip and voila. And now, do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, okay.
Put it in the center and then gently spread it out.
Okay.
Go over the edge.
Like that, no?
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Okay. I'm happy with that.
All right.
Now what
So
do we do?
now, just to finish it off, make it look a bit pretty, we get strawberries
Yeah.
and just decorate it.
Okay. No, I'll help with this one. Bueno, shall we go
Let's
back
go-
and enjoy this with the paella and the prawns?
Yes,
Sorry?
definitely.
So there we go, a sensational seafood feast capped off with a delicious cheesecake treat. All that's left is for us to try it. Everything's served. I'm so excited to go for it. I've got the prawns to start, or we're using it as a side, and the paella, which is ready. And
It smells delicious, so now it's time to taste it,
shall we
I
go
think.
for it?
Let's go for it. Can't wait.
I'm gonna get some caramel.
Oh my goodness, this is lovely.
There's so much flavor from the tomatoes and all the refrito.
And the
Oh, bueno.
calamares are really nice and soft,
Yeah.
just
Shall we
tender
try?
to perfection.
Shall I try these? I want to see what this is like.
Yes.
How do we eat these?
You need to, unfortunately,
Use
use your hands. So
It's already there. Oh, there's a bit of a kick. There's a kick from the chili. Qué bueno. But I'm going to end up with such dirty fingers at the end of this.
I know, but it doesn't matter. It's worth it.
Importa. Well, I've had a great time cooking and I've learned so much today, and I'm definitely looking forward to trying that cheesecake after we finish all of this.
Okay, win.
So thank
Lovely.
you very much for coming on the show with me today
You're very
and
welcome.
for showing us all how to make these great dishes. And well, I'll see you at home. If you'd like to check out more delicious recipes, check out Mama Lottie's Gibraltar's online cookbook on Facebook or head to mamalotties.com. Until next time, bon appetit!